Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a bit of a new idea for a video series, but I think it's a good one. So for those of you who know John Boy Baseball, John Boy Media, everything going on over there, they recently, about a month or two ago, started a new series where they spin a wheel to get a random year, and then they spin a wheel to get a random team, and then they name the starting nine for that year's team. And that got me thinking, because that series was so popular, we should do it for other sports. And so today, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but for hockey. A spinning wheel here, got one for the year, and I've got another for the team. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down my notebook right here, the starting lineup for that team. And so, again, we're going to get the year, then we're going to get the random team, and I'm going to see if I can name all the players from the starting lineup. Now, it is a bit different from baseball because baseball, obviously, you've got a starting nine, you go by position. But for hockey, it's a little bit different because you got so many people playing the same positions. And so, what I'm going to do, for this starting episode, I may change the rules later on. But the way I'm going to start with this video is I'm going to do the three forwards with the most points, the two defensemen with the most points, and the goalie with the most wins from that season. So we'll be having a list of 6 players for each team. So I think that just about covers it. So let's get started. So just spin the wheel and you get the year first. So let's see. Yeah, going. All right, 2020-21. So we're going pretty recent. All right, we get the San Jose Sharks. So we have the 2020-21 San Jose Sharks. And so I'm going to be writing down everything on this notebook, and then at the end, I'll share my answers, and then obviously I'll share the actual answers themselves by looking at Hockey Reference and then, add up the points. I think I'm just going to start with one for every correct position, and then we'll see where that goes. And I'm also going to give myself about 3 minutes to come up with the players. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, I've got my starting 6. And also I wanted to point out, this is something I forgot to mention before. I'm not going to be doing specifically like left wing, center, right wing for the forwards. I'm just going to be doing the 3 forwards with the most points for that team. So for my forwards, I've got Tomas Hertl, because this was just before he went to Vegas, so he had to be in there. They put Logan Couture, captain of the team, easy choice, and then put Timo Meier as my third one. I'm feeling really good. Ertl's definitely got to be in there. Couture, I think he might be in there. And then Meier, surely. And then for defense, I've gone with Brent Burns, easily. And then Erik Karlsson's got to be the second one. And for goalie, there's only one obvious answer, being Martin Jones. So those are my starting 6. So now let's take a look at the players, and we're going to do the 3 forwards, the most points first, and then the 2 defensemen, and then the goalies. All right, so for forwards, Evander Kane. I completely forgot he was on this team. That's a good one. So he was not on my list. And then after that, we've got Tomas Hertl and Timo Meier, with Logan Couture being in 4th. So that's 2 points there. Good start so far. And then for defense, we've got Brent Burns and Erik Karlsson. There's 2 more points for me. And then for the goalies, the goalie with the most wins is, of course, Martin Jones. So that was a 5 out of possible 6 points. Great start so far. Now let's do a second one. Spinning the wheel. Our second season is... Ooh, we're going old. Okay. 2014-15. I would also like to point out for reference, the reason I'm starting with 2013-14 is because that was the season when I first started watching hockey. I could probably name teams from before then, but 2013, the fall of 2013 was when I really started watching hockey. So that's why I've gone with that for the first season. And so for the team, we get... That's awkward. We'll do another spin. Obviously, the Golden Knights didn't exist then, so we'll do another spin. And this time we get the Florida Panthers. Ooh, okay. That's a interesting one. All right, let's do it. All right, I've got my 6. Now, this one was tough. There were a few So I have some of my interests that were obvious, of course. And then there were some where I was debating one over the other, and then some where I just threw in random names. So for that, I'm going to do the obvious ones first. Obviously, Jonathan Huberdeau as one of the forwards, Aaron Ekblad as one of the defensemen, and what's his first? Why am I forgetting his first name? UC Jokinen as the other forward, or one of the three forwards. Now for the third one, I put Barkov. I put Sasha Barkov because I think this was pretty early on in his career, um, and I don't know if he would have been one of the three highest point scoring forwards yet, but he's definitely up there, absolutely. Now for the other defenseman, I really, really struggle with this one because obviously Ekblad was an obvious choice, but for the other one, I genuinely had no idea who to go for. But for some reason, I remember a lot of people, a lot of players from the 2010 Blackhawks, the Stanley Cup winning team, being on this team, and so I put Brian Campbell. I remember he was on this team, absolutely, and I think he might be up there. Now, it's a bit of a random choice, but he was coming to my mind, so I said him. And then for the goalie, this is the one where I was debating one or the other, because now I think this is one where I might have gone with the wrong choice. But of course, everyone knows Jacob Markstrom was with the Panthers for a while, around early 2010s. But what the person I also considered was Roberto Luongo. Now, I don't remember when Markstrom left the Panthers. I have a feeling it's going to be Luongo, but I picked Markstrom. So let's see who we've got. All right. So the forwards, Huberdeau, of course. Jokinen was the second one, and Bjugstad was the third. All right, so that's another 2 points. For defense, Aaron Ekblad, easy. He won the Calder Trophy that year, of course. Completely forgot about that. And the second one, it's Brian Campbell. Wow, I was not expecting that. I picked him out of the depths of my mind. I remember him being on the Panthers back in the day, but I didn't think it was actually going to be him. So that's great. We got 2 points there again. Now for the goalie, moment of truth. It's going to be Luongo, I'm telling you. Sure enough, it's Roberto Luongo. And Markstrom wasn't even on this team. That's interesting. All right, so that's 4 points, bringing me up to 9 points total out of 12. Really good start so far. So now let's do a final. So now let's do a final round, spinning the wheel, see if we can get pretty recency. Oh, I thought we were going to get this season. That would have been so nice. But alas, we have 2013-14. Way, way, way back in the day. And for the team, let's see who we get. If it could be Nashville, that'd be great, because I am a Predators fan. Chicago. Oh. Okay, this is a Stanley Cup team. We're sweeping the board here. Wait, no, it's not. That's year after they won the Cup. I'm dumb. All right, 2013-14 Chicago Blackhawks. Let's do it. All right, that took little to no time at all. I think I had some really good answers in my head. So, again, very obvious choices here. This was the year after they beat the Bruins in the finals. So, forward, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, easy. Now for the third one, this is where it got a bit tough because there were a few answers here. Could have been Marian Hossa, Patrick Sharp, those being the two pretty big ones. Who else could it have been? Why am I blanking all of a sudden? Wow. But anyway, so for me, it was between Sharp and Hossa, and I went with Patrick Sharp. I'm hoping it's going to be him because I know Marian Hossa was sneaky good back in the day. I'm not sneaky good, he was good. Defense, Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook, easy choices. And then for goalie, I've gone with Corey Crawford. I have a very good feeling we'll sweep the board here. If we don't, it'll be because Marian Hossa was the third forward instead of Patrick Sharp. But let's see. All right, so forwards, let's take a look. Patrick Sharp had the most points of any player on the team. That is surprising. I didn't, of course, not surprising, he was very good, but I didn't think he'd be number one overall. That's crazy. And then Patrick Kane and Jonathan Tays are the two other ones. So that's full 3 points there. Defense, you've got Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook as expected. And for the goalies, it's Corey Crawford. No shocker there. Full 6 points there, bringing us to 15 out of 18 total points. Should we do one more? We'll do one more. How about that? Let's do one more. Because that was a little too easy to end the video on. So we'll do one more. And we get 21-22, pretty recent, okay? And now for the team, let's see who we get. Imagine if it's the Colorado Avalanche. It's not. But it is the Stanley Cup runner-up. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning. 22 Lightning. All right, let's do it. All right, I've got my answers. So, a lot of easy ones here. One could be debatable, but I'll tell you what I've got. So, the easy ones, Stamkos and Kucherov up front. Now, for the third one, I said Braden Point. I have a strong feeling it's going to be him. If not him, it'll be, what's his name? I can literally see his face. Brandon Hagel. Because I don't think because I'm trying to think of like Lightning from recent. Obviously, they still have Braden Point, Brandon Hagel, outside of Stammer and Kucherov. Anyway, so I've gone with Braden Point there for the third one. Defense, Victor Hedman's the very easy choice. And for the second one, I put Ryan McDonagh. Now, I don't remember when he went to the Lightning for the first time, because then he came to Nashville, played for us, and then went back to Tampa. But I went with him. I don't know if he's going to be the second defenseman, but we'll see. And then the goalie, easy enough, it's Vasilevsky. So let's take a look at the team. Stamkos, Kucherov, and Andre Palat is the third one. That I should have remembered him. I completely forgot about him. So that's 2 points up there. Defense, we've got Victor Hedman and Mikhail Sergachev. Interesting. Completely forgot he was on that team. So McDonagh was on this team. He was the third defenseman. And where was Braden Point? Actually, wait, no. Hold on, I'm completely misread it. Alex Killorn is the third forward. I completely skipped over the centers. Must have read it as a D for some reason. Alex Killorn is the third forward, so I still get 2 points. Braden Point was fourth, and Palat was after him at fifth. So we still get 2 points from there, and then 1 point for the defenseman, and then the goalie, it's Vasilevsky. Easy enough. So that gets us 20 out of 24 to end with. Great start. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these, or if you think any of the rules should be different. And of course, if I can find more people to play this with, we'll do it in a group setting, more like John Boy. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.